Hello, and welcome back to Editoric. It's been a minute since my last video. I had to kind of stop, rethink my purpose, and find a new plan to actually lose weight. So these last few weeks that I've been MIA, I haven't made a video or anything, I've kind of found a new path. I'll be redoing 75 Hard starting on the 15th. And going with what I actually found. I made a few changes to how I handle my food. First of all, my weight is 259 as of this morning. I'm amazed. I feel really good about that. If I go back to Monday of last week, it was actually at 274 if I looked at my journal. And so between that day and today, which is Saturday, the 6th, I lost like 15 pounds. And most of this happened because I kind of created a plan and I had an idea after, kind of yo-yoing back and forth. Once I hit like 267-ish, I was kind of bouncing back up to like 275, going back down to 269, and just kind of going back and forth. So what I did was, first of all, I needed to reset how I ate. So before this, I was kind of doing like one meal a day, but it was kind of like a 3 to 4 hour window that I was eating in. And I was just trying to gorge my 2,000 calories in that window. And that was my biggest mistake. It worked. It got me down to where I was, and it was sustaining my weight between like 269 and 275, but I wasn't losing anymore, and it was just going up and down, up and down. Some days, I think it was going down because some days I would eat less and I'd move more, depending on work, going on site. So it was kind of a balance, but I needed to do more. So what I did was I did 2-day fast. I just didn't eat anything, and just kind of the water fast, but I used like a kind of like a detox thing. I just kind of flushed my system, and I didn't lose all that much weight. I lost like maybe 3 or 4 pounds during that period of time for those 2 days, which is good. But what came after is what really changed. So I kind of went back to doing a true OMAD style diet where I just had one meal a day, and whatever I had in front of me, that was my meal. That's what I ate. I wasn't too concerned about getting 2,000 calories, or like I was aiming between 18 and 2,000. So I was trying to do a slight deficit, but not actually below that. I was trying to maintain. So basically I was maintaining my weight. So what I ended up doing was just eating less and eating once. And it really didn't take hold until I got back from my trip. So I went down to San Francisco for the weekend last week. I arrived back this Monday, and so I didn't have a scale. I didn't see my weight the whole time. I left the door at 269, came back at 261. The whole time in San Francisco, and it's traveling, right? So like food and drinks and whatever else you do when you're traveling, I had to be on point. So I did my OMAD. I went to the hotel restaurant and I got a Mediterranean bowl, which was the closest thing that matched with what I was eating. Before that, I had hummus once and I just didn't like it, but I had hummus there and I found it really good. Had some falafel, and now I've opened up my taste buds to some new experiences. Now I have some hummus in the fridge. Totally different game changer. I didn't gorge on anything. I didn't eat junk food. I didn't drink any alcohol. I didn't do anything like that. All I did was focus on healthy, whole plant-based foods to eat while I was there, and I just had one meal. I went to a couple different restaurants that were really good too, and that kind of aligned with my goal. And then, surprise, surprise, I came back. I was weighing at 261, and I knew that I finally found what I needed to do. And that's where I'm at. And then I came back home, and I think I've eaten a little bit more than I did when I was on the road traveling in San Francisco. So my weight kind of spiked when I came back, but now it's going back down. It only spiked up like I was 261, then 262 the next day, and then 261, and 260, 260, and it just kind of, it's slowly going down. It's not like it's climbing up and going back down. Other than that one day, I got 259, and I am super excited. I feel so good about it. I feel more energized. I feel lighter. I feel lighter on my feet. I have lost, so in my Zozo suit, I'm gonna see how I can pull this into the video, but I lost more in this section here than like here, but it like tell it feels smaller. It's softer on the side. My organs don't feel so squished. Like a lot of the visceral fat has kind of turned into soft, squishy fat. So I'm feeling pretty good. So yeah, one thing I do notice is I'm actually really tired. Like 8 o'clock, I'm starting to get really sleepy. I think low calories, OMAD, you know, the whole burning the fat thing. I'm hoping that once I'm through this, that I'll get some more energy and I'll feel strong again, like yeah, ready to go. But I'm super excited, not this week, but the following week. I'm gonna do OMAD, mostly because I have a guest and don't wanna force my guests to eat like I do. So when my guests leave on Saturday this week, and then I will get to it on Monday, 75 hard, new session. That session will be following the OMAD diet, whole plant-based food, and it's gonna, things I'm gonna change from the previous attempts is that I'm going to do just the meal. I'm gonna do smaller portions. That's what I've been doing all week. And I'm actually feeling fuller than I have before. Even today, usually I'm just like ravishing hungry by now, but I'm not feeling that hungry. And that's a good sign. But I did have quite a bit of water already, so that might help. And I already got 14.4K steps in today. I went on 2 walks this morning. I'm just trying to keep moving because when I was in San Francisco, I was moving all the time. My weight was coming off. So that could be another reason why it's not falling so fast. I'm just moving a lot less being here. So I went on 2 walks this morning, went to the farmer's market, walked around there, came back. And so I'm hoping, 'cause now that like, I see that 59 on the scale, and that to me is like significant change, like blow my mind. Like it's just a world of a difference. Even at 261, 260, I just felt completely different. And I think that I found what's going to work for the near future. I'm hoping this is enough for 75 hard to make some significant changes moving forward. And then I'm going to reevaluate. If I get into a rut where I'm just bouncing back and forth and I'm sustaining, I'm going to have to reevaluate. And that's just what I need to do. I need to make sure that, you know, I'm satisfying my hunger needs, but I'm not overeating. I'm not gorging on any junk food. So there's no room for sugar. There's no room for flour, like refined grains. Like if I want grains, it needs to be whole food, potatoes, things like that. But we're going to move away from that again and go back into the keto here on the 15th. So I haven't been keto for the last few weeks as I was just trying to find my grasp into what actually works for me. And I got something, like, and you can see like throughout the whole year, like weight was going down, but it's always been a struggle. I'm like bouncing back and forth, small changes, gains, small changes, more gains. Like, and it's just been demotivating. And now after like just sitting down and just trying something new, just going to the max extreme, you know, not eating for 2 days. I don't recommend that. Like you need to talk to your doctor if you want to go do any kind of, you know, caloric restriction as extreme as what I did. But I did what I needed to do to get me going based off of knowledge that I had and I worked with in the past. It's not like I didn't eat any food. I had supplemented so I didn't dehydrate or really starve. So I had proper things in the cabinet that would get me through those 2 days of fasting. It was not a pure water fast. And then now it's just a matter of keep the momentum going. My Zozo suit results, you can see them here. It was a couple weeks I missed last week because I was out of town, and the week before I was just like focusing with my friend on this whole trip, and I just kind of stressed out, and I just lost track of my time, and I just completely blew it and didn't do it. So the weigh-in on the previous Zozo Suit result was 271.8. Today's was 259.8. So it's a significant difference, and I am definitely excited to just keep this ball rolling. And this journey is turning around right now. Like, we just did a U-turn and we're going. And we ain't stopping until we get to a respectable weight for myself. Well, thank you for watching my video, and we'll catch you in the next one.